Join the committee to investigate Russia.
So this is a brand new committee, a brand new effort to investigate Russia and to, I guess, to educate Americans about the Russian involvement in the 2016 election. Who also is spearheading this effort is Rob Reiner, the actor, producer, director. You know, he was in that show Family, All in the Family. You know, of course, he's
actor,
very famous.
Producer, director.
Actor, producer, director.
Isn't that funny?
He also supported Hillary Clinton. He held a big fundraiser for her back in 2015, the end of 2015, where I believe it was at his home and tickets were about like $500 to get in.
But this is in no way, influenced by that, is it? This kind of campaign, this committee.
How dare you? How dare you?
No, not in any way.
How dare you impugn the character, the morality of one Rob Reiner.
And the ethics. You forgot the ethics.
The ethics, yeah.
And the objectivity.
Our country is attacked. Democracy is on the brink if we're going to survive, we need to come together as Americans and understand what happened. They've always tried to spread propaganda. Now they have actually succeeded. They are now in, and they have disrupted not only the election, but they continue to spread. And now they're going to look at this site and say, well, that's fake news. I mean, they have successfully made you guys fake news, made the mainstream media and American journalism fake news.
Well, they're trying. I wouldn't say it's successful.
Well, they are successful with a lot of people. A lot of people discount CNN, NBC, CBS.
So what's your antidote?
The answer is bipartisan. The answer is Republicans and Democrats coming together and saying, this cannot stand.
A few things he said. Democracy is on the brink. Democracy is on the brink. So are you telling me that democracy is on the brink because of what Russia did? Democracy wasn't on the brink when corporations were labeled as people. This democracy wasn't on the brink when we've had years and years of shady politicians, shady politics, cash going straight into politicians' hands. If they leave office, they got a fat, cushy job paying $1 million salaries. So none of that put democracy on the brink.
We were talking earlier, and I told you I was having like a Muhammad Ali moment. Like how am I supposed to be concerned with Russia attacking our democracy when our police are being militarized every day? How am I going to be concerned about Russia attacking our democracy when we currently have members of Congress threatening to, rip people's livelihoods to shreds, taking, their health care away, or trying to kneecap single payer campaign. You know what I'm saying? So how am I supposed to be concerned with Russia?
Because it's a foreign outside source. I mean, it's an outside force that we should all rally together and try to fight back against it. Because I guess we can do as much damage here as we want to, because I mean, this is domestic. We're all Americans. But when it's an outside force, it's like, oh, family got to stick together.
Maybe that's maybe family got to stick together. Maybe that's the point.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the point. Maybe constantly, them getting us to focus on outside threats is a way to kind of shield any criticism of anything nefarious going on here.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
This is to kind of make yourself feel better.
Yeah. That's why when people like Colin Kaepernick put a big spotlight on things that are happening here, things that he's opposed to, he gets shut down immediately and called unpatriotic. So if our elections are being threatened and we can no longer trust the integrity of our elections because let's say voting machines have been hacked and Russia's just doing certain things, why don't we use this great opportunity to abandon the use of all of these voting machines and just go to paper ballots? That would be a great idea. I mean, they should really get on top of this. CNN, MSNBC, CBS News, NBC News, the Washington Post, New York Times, everybody should be talking about this because everybody's talking about Russia anyways.
Hacking.
Because
obviously that's where the firewall has its vulnerabilities, right?
And so when they say hacking, and they just, like I said, they're just throwing it out there. They're not really explaining it. But when you talk about hacking and you talk about election in the same sentence, people are led to believe that votes were twisted, turned, flipped, whatever. Something happened. Something funky happened with the voting. So to prevent all of that, why don't we do the best thing that we can and just go to paper ballots? Why isn't CNN talking about this?
Yeah, because they mentioned Russia hacking with the electrical grid.
Yeah,
they mentioned Russia hacking nuclear facilities.
Nuclear power plants and stuff like that. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So obviously, like you said, the conversation should center around the election machines and doing away with that. But I haven't heard any talk about that.
I haven't heard that.
Because if it's truly about hacking and the conversation hasn't been, I guess, driven towards, talking about machinery or electronics or the technology, then what are they mad at? What's their angle? So if our elections did really get hacked,
yes,
shouldn't the next conversation be
how do we stop this?
Yeah.
It isn't to just go forward with machines that have already have already been banned in a state like California because of security issues. It isn't to just keep going forward with them. It's to do away with them. And there's a large effort calling for the abandonment of voting machines.
Wait a second.
Paper ballots. Just count them.
Wait a second. Let's kind of go to another connecting issue. What did we talk about the last live show about California and what the Democratic Party is trying to do in regards to the primaries there?
Well, the Democratic Party is, they already have the state legislature has already approved the California primary being moved up in the schedule to one of the first states to weigh in on the primary season.
So we're supposed to be concerned about Russia hacking the election when they're actually hacking the election in a different way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Right now.
The Committee to Investigate Russia. Ain't that some propaganda bullshit right there, man? Democracy on the brink. Wasn't us that put democracy on the brink. It was Russia. Ain't that some bullshit, man?